Good morning. Uh, I've been influenced by my YouTube algorithm to record videos, make my own YouTube channel, uh, and talk some shit in the hopes that my roommate won't walk in on me as I'm doing this. Um, I was influenced by LRN Julie, uh, and I agree with her video about uh, why anyone should try to make a YouTube channel and the utilitarian reasons behind it. So I'll start, but there isn't going to be any quality filter. I'm just gonna say what I want. Maybe I'll edit it. I don't think I'll have time. But yeah, so what should I talk about? Life. Uh, I'm under a manageable amount of stress right now. I'm in my third year of architecture school. Um, the semester is coming to a close. My final review is in 6 days. It is 12:40 a.m. by the way, on the 23rd of April, 2024. It is uh, it is Monday night, Tuesday morning. So I guess the good morning makes sense. The deadline is definitely daunting. Partly because it's very difficult to get to book a time to laser cut to make my model. Um, there are only two laser cutters in the whole school, shared by maybe 2,000. I don't know, a lot of people. And during finals, um, and when midnight comes around, people just go all Hunger Games and just book up all the slots. So I can't do. I've given up on that a while ago because it doesn't work on my end, but also why go through the trouble, right? It's just. Plus, there are other opportunities where I can laser cut and make a good model. Of course, that's more uncertain territory, but I think it's good to learn to adapt these uncertain territories. There's something that I feel like I'm getting used to over time because it just constantly happens. Weird stuff just pops up all the time. Things that are unplanned for. You've heard this a million times before, but it's just very noticeable now. It's not a face, is it? Is that a face? What was that? Like a box with a hole. Maybe it's a fan. Looks a little creepy. Hello, sir. He's not gonna wave back. Unexpected things are good because it tests the strength of the plan you made in preparation for that, but it also unexpected things are unexpected not only because you don't expect them to happen, the event itself, but you also don't know how good or bad the event itself is. All you can do is increase the possibility that it's going to be something good and unexpected, but even to that extent, you can't really. When something bad happens, you can only wish that you prepared for it. You can't really, because you didn't know it was going to happen, right? Like if someone dies suddenly, then the fuck are you gonna do? But I guess I'm still figuring out the specifics or like the actual relationship between um, planning and preventative measures and uh, expected results or unexpected results, I guess. Um, the state of my being right now, let's see. I'm wearing a shirt that says Galapagos Islands on it. That's just my default pajama shirt. Um, Also, because I miss this place a lot. Like, it's one of the most amazing places I've ever been to. Um, Made me really appreciate the wonder of nature and how humans should maybe. Well, it's a different approach to nature, right? Because they're all about protecting it and preserving it, and first and foremost recognizing that nature is invaluable. And then they do things like when a sea lion is sleeping on a bench at a bus stop, instead of, poking the sea lion and trying to wake it up and get it to move, they put traffic cones around the bench so people don't disturb the animal as it's sleeping. That one little thing that I saw, I think, is a great way to encapsulate the overall spirit of that place. It's just very humble because it's essentially humans recognizing their smallness within the grand scheme of nature and the universe, and it's just quite beautiful when you think about it. And the human desire to, coming from a very pure place, study this wonder only to enhance one's own understanding, not to gain more knowledge forcefully and then make nature better. You can't make nature better. You can only try to get as good as nature. Try to get as good as nature. Try to not to counter God, if there is such a thing, but to understand God. And, you know, studying is how we come to understand. Studying that doesn't necessitate action. Studying that does not force industry. Studying that does not force progress, whatever that is. I'm not anti-progress because this house is pro-progress, and by extension, a resident is probably pro-progress if I'm pro being able to live under a roof. But I'm also very in favor of improvising, playing along, uh, anti-structural. I don't know, that's a dumb phrase. Maybe dumber for an aspiring architect to say, but um, maybe not. There are too many glass boxes and concrete and steel in the world, don't you think? Don't you think? My audience of my one self, couple years in the future, hopefully. What have you done? What have you done to improve the world? Hope you're not dead. That'd be funny. Um, it would be very ironic. Um, I don't think I'd ever give up though. But for one reason only, tomato egg noodles. This dish was created through improvising, by the way. No recipe. I just kind of thought of a flavor combination that I wanted to indulge in at midnight for dinner, and that was tomato and egg. But I didn't necessarily know how to make it. I mean, I do. It's easy. You just stir fry tomato and add egg and whatever. But I wanted some carbs, so I added noodles to it and made a soup, and it's okay. It was very thick at first because I just added eggs and beat the shit out of them inside the soup, and they just went into the soup and made the soup much thicker. And it became like a slurry kind of stewy thing. That's what I had yesterday, but today I added some soy sauce to increase the umami, and then it's better now. That's fucking good. That's good. That is good. Damn. You wish you could have some of this right now. Me in the future, if vegetables are no longer available, if you are on Mars, if you have forgotten what a fresh tomato tastes like, or if you have forgotten what eggs taste like, or what they taste like together, or your mother's cooking. If you have forgotten that, I don't know how necessary it was to forget that, but assuming it was a utilitarian decision, maybe you move to another planet out of necessity, I shall describe the flavor for you. So I just ate a chunk of tomato. This is ridiculous. But looks like this. And uh, there's some bite when you sink your teeth into it, but not a lot. Like it's not like um, breaking a piece of wood. It's more like uh, bending a very thin piece of balsa and just bending it a little bit slowly until it breaks. That's what it feels like to bite into something soft like this. And then there's the snap that you come to when your teeth go all the way through the chunk. Um, and the taste, well, the taste is trying to compare this to non-taste, non-smell, other kinds of senses, you know? Um, well, it tastes red. It tastes, I wonder what color blind people would associate tomatoes with, you know? Oh yeah, and when you bite into it, there's a splash of juice that goes into your mouth. It's like water, a lot of flavored tomato water. There's a slight grit due to the gritty nature of the pulp itself. Um, it's quite nice. Uh, it's like you're breaking a piece of wet balsa wood in different parts along the piece. Snap, 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 snap. As you're snapping, it's wet, so juice sprays up, water, whatever. Right? And there are also some There's also some shrapnel that goes everywhere. You know, little splinters, little particles of wood that. And I don't think you can taste without taste. Trying to describe taste without saying, you know, sour, sweet, bitter, whatever. I don't think I can. Are the senses independent of each other? They're not. Mm. There's a acidic punch when you bite into it, so the juice is kind of acidic, uh, but it's rounded out by the simultaneous mellowed quality of this acidity. Um, I don't know what the acidity is flattened by, but oh, it's probably the water content. The water content probably floods it a little bit, so the acidity is balanced out. The aftertaste is tomato juice. So my last memory of tomato juice was sitting in an airplane on the way to Boston and from Pittsburgh to Boston, Boston to Pittsburgh. And I ordered a can of Mott's tomato juice, and they also had chifles. They had how do I know the Spanish, but not the plantain chips, lightly salted plantain chips. And I would pour the tomato juice into a plastic cup with ice that they give you, and then you dip the chifles inside. Sounds It's delicious. Inspired by ceviche, which I had a lot of in the Galapagos. You know, the acidity, those kind of acidic cold flavors. But they also put chifles on top of their ceviche, their fish ceviche, which is delicious, delicious. Yeah, improvisation, improvisation. Um, I wonder if I should work on doing this quicker because I want to try to keep it under 20 minutes. You know, which is I think reasonable given that it's almost 1 a.m. 12:56. Um, guess I could work on doing it quicker in the future, but why should I? There's, you know, slow jazz improvisation. I guess that's what I'm doing right now. So I'm tired. Also, there's pressure. There's a lot of, you know, exterior things that are causing this current mood. Um, but yeah, uh, to my future self, see you on the other side of the review. Uh, see you on the other side of this semester. See you in a bigger body. See you in a happier body. Oh, I'm happy. See you in a happier body. It's happier. Um, in a more fulfilled body. In a more concentrated mind. Less scattered. Less ADHD. Less ping, 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 ping. Less rabbit hole. Well, not less rabbit hole. More rabbit hole, but with GPS. Slightest assistance from GPS, so you don't end up on the other side of the hill. Yeah, that's what I hope for you, young man, young Padawan. Maybe you'll have someone next to you too. Who knows? That'd be nice. Um, I'm gonna finish the soup and have more of the tomatoes that you're not able to have. So that's one thing that I have over you. Good night.